I have Austin Reeves.
No.
All right, Austin Reeves just ended LeBron's Lakers career. How are we feeling about this? We gotta see, bro. I'm not gonna lie. Austin Reeves has been going off like crazy. Hold on, the Lakers should not be this good. Ooh, low key. Nah, we gonna watch this.
No
All right.
LeBron, no Luka. I mean, damn, Austin Reeves went out there and bust y'all.
Hold on. Monque. I'm gonna put myself down here. Yeah.
Ass. 51 with no LeBron. No LeBron, no Luka. I mean, damn, Austin Reeves went out there and bust y'all living ass. 51 with no LeBron and Luka to defer to.
That is crazy. 51, no LeBron or Luka.
Him as the number one option. That's all I got to say.
Look, let's just be honest here. Let's just call it how it is. LeBron James and Luka Doncic are holding Austin Reeves back. Let's just say it.
The Lakers are in one of the wildest situations in the entire NBA, and it honestly might force the Lakers into making one of the biggest decisions in franchise history way sooner than anyone expected. So on October 26, 2025, the Lakers are taking on the Sacramento Kings in just their second game of the season. But here's the thing, they're missing both of their superstars. LeBron James is out dealing with sciatica, which is a nerve issue in his back that's had him sidelined since late July or early August.
What is sciatica? Hold on. Did he say what it was?
But here's the thing, they're missing both of their superstars. LeBron James is out dealing with sciatica, which is a nerve issue in his back that's had him sidelined since late July or early
in his back? Go ahead, retire, gang. I'm not gonna lie to you. In your back? Yeah, bro. I'm not gonna lie. Cause not wishing for him to get injured again or nothing. But like, if you got an issue in your back and you still not even back after November, after they said he was gonna be back in November. Now I know it is only like November 5th right now, but like still, I'm not gonna lie. You need to go ahead, pack it up, gang. Because just let Luka handle it. Just let Luka handle it, and then like help out the Lakers or something like that. Help out the Lakers on like coaching or something. Like help JJ Redick. Help him out, bro. You and him be doing podcasts and stuff, bro. Go ahead, help him out with the team, bro. Y'all got it.
August, the guy is 40 years old, entering his record-breaking 23rd NBA season. And for the first time in his entire NBA career, he's had to miss opening night and then some. And if that wasn't enough, Luka Doncic is also dealing with finger and leg injuries that have him out for at least 4 games. And what would happen next would completely change the course of the Los Angeles Lakers season. So real quick before we get to the content, make sure you subscribe to get the latest NBA news. And now that we get all that out of the way, cue the intro.
W intro. Ooh, Kobe.
Today's video is sponsored by Arena Club. Are you ready to level up your What's that pack? Right there. They're all set to take that big flight. My pro Arena Club. Luka Doncic and LeBron James out. Who's left to carry the load? It's none other than Austin Reeves, the undrafted kid from Arkansas.
Bro, ever since Reeves came to the Lakers, bro, I've always loved Reeves. I'm not gonna lie to you. Like even in 2K, I was using Reeves, bro. I was always using Reeves. I was just testing. Every time a new player comes to the Lakers, I always test them out in 2K first, just to see what their stats is looking like. But then I go back and see like what they have done to see what they're gonna be like on a team for real.
He signed a 2-way contract back in 2021. And what does he do? He goes absolutely nuclear. A near 50-point triple-double, 51 points, 11 rebounds, and 9 assists in a 127-120 win over the Sacramento Kings. 51.
Bro, the thing that I hate about the Lakers, bro, is that we always lose in close games, bro. Or we always get close games, bro. Like, we haven't blown out a team in a while. And I hate that. That's the one thing I hate about the Lakers, I'm not gonna lie.
Points. Let that sink in for a second. That's a career high, and he became just the 8th Laker in franchise history to score 20 or more free throws in a single game, going 21 for 22 from the line. And believe me, DeMar DeRozan absolutely loved this.
22 free throws for him. Free throws.
Bro, slowly turning into Shea.
Reeves also hit his 500th career three-pointer in that game. The performance was so dominant that he joined a lead company. He's just the 9th player in NBA history to record 50-plus points, 11-plus rebounds, and 9-plus assists in a single game, and the first Laker to do it since Elgin Baylor back in 1963. But here's where it gets even crazier. The very next night, Austin Reeves drops 41 points in a back-to-back game against the Portland Trail Blazers. This was in a 122-108 loss, but
bro, we should not have lost to the Portland Trail Blazers, bro. I don't even think Damian Lillard is playing. Like, this is what I mean, bro. Sick of the Lakers losing, bro. It's actually annoying, bro. And then I saw DeAndre Ayton had like 20 something points, like 20 plus points. I was actually surprised, because I don't even think Reeves was playing or something. It was like him. It was like DeAndre Ayton, Rui, and some Nick Smith Jr. dude that I had never heard of before. I'm not gonna lie.
still, the man dropped 92 points combined in back-to-back games. This marked his 3rd career game with at least 40 points. And through the first 3 games of the season, Reeves is averaging an absurd 34 points, 9.7 assists, 7.7 rebounds, and 1.3 steals per game. These aren't just good numbers. These are legitimate MVP caliber numbers, even if it's just a 3-game sample size. And look, before we go any further, I need you guys to understand something critical here. This isn't just about Austin Reeves having a couple of hot games. This is about what those performances mean for the Lakers' entire future, because right now, Rob Pelinka and the Lakers front office are staring down one of the most complicated roster situations in the NBA, and Reeves just made it exponentially more difficult. Let's talk money, because this is where things get really interesting. Austin Reeves is making $13.9 million this season, which is an absolute steal for what he's producing. He's in the 3rd year of a 4-year, $53.8 million deal that he signed back in July of 2023. That contract includes a $14.9 million player option for the 2026-27 season. And here's the thing, everyone around the league knows he's going to decline that option. It's not even a question. Why? Because Reeves is expected to command at least $30 million per year on the open market, with some team and league executives telling The Athletic that he could get offers of $35 to $40 million annually. Think about that for a second. We're talking about a guy who's making less than $14 million this year, potentially getting a contract worth 3 times that amount next summer. Now, here's where it gets really complicated. The Lakers already tried to extend Reeves this past summer. According to Jovan Buha of The Athletic, the Lakers offered him a 4-year extension worth between $88 and $90 million. That's about $22 to $23 million.
He turned down. What? You turned down $90 million. And well, 4 years is kind of crazy. I'm not gonna lie. He must want to play somewhere else if he turned that down
per season. And you know what Reeves did? He turned it down because he and his agent Aaron Riley know that's well below his market value. The problem is that's literally the most the Lakers can offer him under the current collective bargaining agreement rules. They're completely capped out on what they can put on the table in an extension. So Reeves is going to play out this season, decline his player option next summer, and hit unrestricted free agency in 2026. And when he does, he's going to have teams lining up to throw $30+ million at him. And that puts the Lakers in an absolute absolutely brutal position. But wait, because this story gets even more complicated when you factor in LeBron James. LeBron is making $52.6 million this season, and unlike Reeves, he's on an expiring contract. He opted into his player option for this season back in June, but after this year, he's a free agent. There's no player option, no team option, nothing. LeBron James will be an unrestricted free agent in the summer of 2026 at 41 years old, entering what would be his 24th NBA season. And here's what makes this whole situation so fascinating. LeBron's agent Rich Paul told ESPN that LeBron wants to compete for a championship and that he knows that the Lakers are building for the future. Those are some pretty loaded words right there. Building for the future. What does that mean? Well, it means building around Luka Doncic, who the Lakers acquired in that blockbuster trade for Anthony Davis back in February of 2025. Think about the timeline here. The Lakers traded their other franchise player Anthony Davis to get Luka Doncic. That trade sent shockwaves throughout the NBA. It was the first time in league history that two reigning All-NBA players were traded for one another in the middle of the season. Many called it one of the most one-sided trades in NBA history, with the Lakers overwhelmingly being considered the winners. The message was clear. This team belongs to Luka now. Luka is 26 years old. He just signed a 3-year, $165 million extension in August, with a player option in the final year. He's the cornerstone. He's the franchise, and the Lakers know they need to build the right team around him for the next decade. So here's the billion-dollar question.
Bro, all we need for the Lakers is a good center, bro. Like, for real. We have scoring. We just need better defense. That's really all we need, bro. That clip of JJ Redick, like, crashing out at, like, nobody playing defense for real, that's valid, bro. Because we need some defense. Lakers got horrible defense. As a Lakers fan, literally wearing a Lakers shirt right now. As a Lakers fan, our defense is horrible. Like it's bad. But like our scorers are doing what they need to do for real. We wouldn't have lost that many games last season if we just had good defense. But it's the Lakers, man.
Is paying a 41-year-old LeBron James $50+ million per year the best use of the Lakers' resources when they're trying to build around a 26-year-old Luka Doncic? Or would that money be better spent on a 27-year-old Austin Reeves, who's proving right now that he can be a legitimate second option? Well, to answer that, you need to look at the previous teams that Luka Doncic has been on that's made deep playoff runs. Let's talk about what Luka really needs as a running mate, because we've seen this movie before. When Luka was in Dallas, he had two very different second options at different points in his career, and both of them worked pretty damn well. First, there was Jalen Brunson. During the 2021-22 season, Brunson played alongside Luka and averaged 16.3 points and 4.8 assists per game. He wasn't a superstar at that point, but he was a really good secondary playmaker and scorer who could handle the ball, run pick and rolls, and take pressure off of Luka. The Mavericks went to the Western Conference Finals that year. Then Brunson left for New York and got paid, so the Mavericks replaced him with Kyrie Irving. Kyrie is obviously a much bigger name and a more talented player than Brunson was. But here's the thing. They served similar functions next to Luka. They could create their own shot, they could run the offense when Luka was resting, and they could space the floor. In 2023-24 with Kyrie as his partner, Luka led the Mavericks all the way to the NBA Finals, where they lost to the Boston Celtics. And what does this tell us? It tells us that Luka doesn't necessarily need another top 10 player in the league next to him. What he needs is a really good secondary creator who can score at all three levels, handle the ball, and make plays in pick and roll situations. And guess what? That's exactly what Austin Reeves has developed into. During the 2024-25 season with Luka, Reeves averaged 20.2 points, 5.8 assists, and 4.5 rebounds while shooting 46% from the field and 37.7% from three. Those are legitimate co-star numbers, and according to JJ Redick, I don't think that tonight is an aberration for what he can do when we're fully healthy. I don't view it that way. I think he's going to naturally take the second or third most most shots on most nights, he's naturally going to have the ball. He is the primary handler. Primary handler is significant. Redick sees Reeves as more than just a spot-up shooter or a role player. He sees him as someone who can run the offense, especially when Luka is resting or when they want to stagger their playmakers. That's exactly the role that Jalen Brunson played in Dallas when he was playing with Luka, and it's similar to what Kyrie Irving did, just obviously at a slightly lower all-star level. But here's the kicker. Brunson got a 5-year, $104 million contract offer from the Mavs before leaving for New York, and now he's making $34.9 million this season with the New York Knicks. That's in the ballpark of what Reeves is going to be asking for. So if you're the Lakers and you're looking at Austin Reeves and thinking, can this guy be our Jalen Brunson next to Luka Doncic? Well, the early returns this season suggests that the answer is a resounding yes. So now that brings us to the financial reality of this situation, because this is where things get really messy for the Los Angeles Lakers. If LeBron James wants to come back next season, he's going to command something close to a max contract. Why? Because, well, this man, despite being a billionaire, is completely incapable of taking a pay cut. I mean, it's kind of ridiculous that this man needs to dip into the salary cap.
LeBron doesn't take pay cut. Selfish and greedy billionaire. If LeBron took pay cut, ring chasing at 40.
To line his pockets even further when he could be taking less money and putting the Lakers in prime position to be championship contenders, because, well, $50 million doesn't make a difference once you're a billionaire, especially when you have loads of endorsements outside of basketball. What, you thought I was going to talk about the Lakers and not bring up how LeBron James could have put them in a great position to be championship contenders this year? Now look, LeBron is going to be asking for something like $50+ million per year, and if Reeves is looking for $30 to $40 million per year, that means the Lakers would be paying over $90 million just for 2 players. And that's not counting Luka's $46 million salary. That's $136 million to 3 players on a team with a projected salary cap of around $170 million for 2026 to 27. That leaves you with about $34 million to fill out the other 12.
I just realized, like, where do teams get all this money from? Like, do they get it? They get it from games or something? Because there's no way they're just getting millions off of games. They got to be getting it off of something else. I'm going to need somebody to tell me that, because I really don't understand that.
Roster spots. And you know what that means? That means minimum contracts, veteran exceptions, and a whole lot of hope that you can find diamonds in the rough. And we've seen this in the past. That's not a recipe for championship contention. I mean, just take a look at the Phoenix Suns when they built that big 3 around Bradley Beal, Kevin Durant, and Devin Booker. The recipe for championship contention is what the OKC Thunder did, or what the Houston Rockets did more recently, making sure that every player takes a little bit of a pay cut so they could build the most complete roster possible. And when you take a look at the Western Conference, that features the OKC Thunder, who are the defending champions. The Denver Nuggets currently have the best team around Nikola Jokic since they won their 2023 championship. The Houston Rockets were the number 2 seed and traded for Kevin Durant. The San Antonio Spurs
won a championship? I really don't remember that. Oh wait, hold on. Yeah, I think I do.
Look like they're taking the next step this year with Victor Wembanyama. I mean, it's just not the right way to build a contender around Luka. So the Lakers have 3 realistic options here, and none of them are really easy decisions. The first one is let LeBron walk and pay Austin Reeves. This is probably the most logical move if you're thinking long term. LeBron will be 42 years old next season. He's already dealing with sciatica, which can be a tricky injury.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie, bro. I've had this thought too. Like, if LeBron not even playing, bro, just trade him. As much as that hurts to say as a Lakers fan, you gotta trade LeBron, bro. LeBron probably got, like, this year and then probably, like, next year, maybe. I'd just go ahead and trade LeBron. I'm not gonna lie to you. Cause bro got back pain. Bro's actually getting old. You might as well retire a game.
for someone his age, and sciatica can have a wide range of outcomes. LeBron James might not return until November or even later. At some point, Father Time is undefeated, and the Lakers have to ask themselves if committing $50 million to a 42-year-old is smart business. If they let LeBron walk, they can pay Austin Reeves his $30 to $35 million. They could build a solid supporting cast around Luka and Reeves, and they have financial flexibility. If LeBron retires after this season, the Lakers will have a nearly blank slate to begin building around Doncic. They could have upwards of $69 million in cap space even after signing Luka to his brand new deal. That's enough to add another impact player or keep Reeves and add complementary pieces. This makes sense on paper. Reeves is 27 years old, entering his prime. He's shown that he can be a 20+ points per game scorer and a legitimate playmaker. He's proven that he can step up when the stars are out, as evidenced by these last few games. And most importantly, he fits the timeline of a team building around a 26-year-old Luka Doncic much better than a 42-year-old LeBron James would. But here's the problem with this option. It's LeBron James, one of the greatest players of his generation, a guy who's still capable of averaging 24, 8, and 7 just like he did last season.
How long y'all think Curry gonna be in the league? Because LeBron James look like he about to go. But Curry's still playing like he could play another 5-6 years, bro. Another 6-7 years.
He's still an
I'm sorry, I apologize.
all-NBA caliber player when he's healthy. Can you really just let him walk? Especially when he's made it clear that he wants to finish his career in Los Angeles? This brings us to option 2, the loyalty play. You ride with LeBron until the wheels fall off and let Austin Reeves test free agency, knowing you probably can't match the offers he's going to get. The problem with this scenario is that you're prioritizing the past over the future. You're saying that 1 or 2 more years of an aging LeBron is worth more than 5 to 7 years of prime Austin Reeves next to Luka Doncic. And here's the other issue. What happens when LeBron does retire or finally decline? Then you're stuck with Luka and whoever you can afford to sign. And you've lost a guy who could be your second option for the next half decade. That's a massive opportunity cost. There's also a factor of what Luka wants. According to reports, Doncic reportedly said he doesn't want to wait when it comes to competing for titles. He wants to win now. If the Lakers let Reeves walk and LeBron retires a year or 2 later, what's Luka's supporting cast going to look like? That's a real concern for a franchise that just gave up Anthony Davis to get him. Which brings us to the nuclear option, and that's trading Austin Reeves. Austin Reeves has been floating around in trade rumors.
Let's not do that. Let's not do that, bruh. We're not trading Austin Reeves. Austin Reeves was already set for a big payday, but Luka and LeBron's absences might help his bank account even more. Yeah, let's go ahead and keep Reeves, because there's no point in trading bro right now.
For months. What if the Lakers decide they can't pay Reeves what he's going to command, and they know they can't or won't let LeBron James walk, and they realize they're going to lose Reeves for nothing in free agency? In that scenario, the smart business move might be to trade him before the deadline this season and get something in return. There have been mock trades floating around involving Reeves going to Utah for Lauri Markkanen or Walker Kessler. There have been talks about him going
Lauri Markkanen, Walker Kessler, Jonathan Kuminga. Kuminga's actually good though, but I don't want that for no Austin Reeves, bro. Austin Reeves got to stay with the Lakers. LeBron got to get traded so we can get some type of center though. Bro, don't trade Reeves for him. Trade LeBron for them. Ooh, a good center we could get is like what's his name? Sabonis. Sabonis is pretty good. But Sabonis be scoring though. I feel like if we get Sabonis, that's going to cancel out Luka. We got to get... Nah, bro. We just need another center, bro. We need a better center than freaking DeAndre Ayton. DeAndre Ayton not hitting right now. I'm not gonna lie. He had one good game so far. Out of however many games they played right so far, bro.
Golden State for Jonathan Kuminga, or even Minnesota, where the Timberwolves could use another playmaker. The idea would be that the Lakers get an asset that either fits their current timeline better or gives them the draft capital to reload after LeBron James retires. But here's the problem with this scenario. Reeves himself made it clear that he wants to be a Laker for life. He said that I want to be in LA. If they want to trade me, then we'll start something new somewhere else. But like I said, I want to be in LA. I want to play my whole career in LA. And his agent Aaron Riley fired back.
Hey, if Reeves in LA, like forever, I'm a happy Laker fan. I'm not gonna lie to you.
Back at trade rumors on social media saying next year is going to be a show. People have no idea what's going to come. Keep putting him in trade rumors for second string centers. Plus, there's the optics to it. You trade away a fan favorite homegrown talent who went from undrafted to fringe all-star, all while he's putting up 40-point games. That's not going to sit well with the fan base or with Luka, who clearly enjoys playing with Austin Reeves. And there's the basketball reason why you shouldn't trade him. He's really freaking good. Bleacher Report even stated, is Reeves a perennial all-star talent? No, but he's a 27-year-old playmaker who averaged more than 20 points per game last season. He may be a third option behind Luka Doncic and LeBron James, but he can be a terrific long-term running back for Doncic whenever James's LA run ends. And that's exactly right. Why would you trade that? Unless you're getting back a player who's definitively better and fits your timeline, trading Reeves just doesn't make sense. But wait, because there's one more factor in...
Bro, he keeps doing these cuts that gives a black screen. I keep thinking the video's over.
All of this that we haven't discussed yet, and it's potentially the biggest one, the 2027 free agency class. And guys, this might be the most loaded class in NBA history. According to reports, the 2027 class include Nikola Jokic, Giannis Antetokounmpo, Donovan Mitchell, Anthony Davis, Trae Young, Karl Anthony Towns, Steph Curry, James Harden, Kawhi Leonard, Jimmy Butler, Kyrie Irving, Shai Gilgeous.
Whoa, hold on. Free agents for 2027? Shai? Why is Shai up there? Hold on. Wait. Bro, Shai's not even on this list. Am I stupid? Why is there a picture
Just
of Shai?
Alexander, and even Luka.
Okay, Jokic, Doncic, Antetokounmpo, Donovan Mitchell, Anthony Davis, Trae Young, Stephen Curry. Stephen Curry? Free agent? James Harden, Kawhi Leonard. Bro, what? Jimmy Butler. Kyrie Irving? Yo, Kyrie Irving on free agency, bro. That's kind of crazy. Zach LaVine.
Doncic himself if he decides to opt out.
Yo, if we could trade LeBron for Karl Anthony Towns. Oh my god. Oh my god. No, I would so trade LeBron for Karl Anthony Towns. I'm not gonna lie to you. LeBron not even playing, bro. Bro's about to retire. Like, I'll take Karl Anthony Towns, bro. I'll take Karl Anthony Towns. I'll take... Oh, Giannis. Oh! Bro, if we could get Giannis. If we could get Jokic or Giannis or Karl Anthony Towns, I'll be happy, bro. Because that's actually crazy.
That's not a type.
This is 2027.
That list includes 3 MVPs, multiple NBA champions, and basically a who's who of the league's elite talent. And multiple reports have indicated that teams like the Lakers, Warriors, and Clippers are already maneuvering their rosters to have maximum cap flexibility in 2027. Dave McMenamin of ESPN reported that the Lakers exercised discipline in their negotiations with Dorian Finney-Smith to preserve cap space for 2027. Think about what that means. The Lakers might be playing the long game here. They might be thinking, okay, we ride out this season with LeBron and Luka. If LeBron retires or leaves after the 2025-26 season, then we have cap space to either re-sign Reeves or make another move. And then in 2027, when Luka is 28 years old and is in the midst of his absolute prime, we make a massive play for Giannis or Jokic. Can you imagine a team of Luka Doncic and Nikola Jokic?
Luka and Jokic would actually be insane. Like, there's no way we lose. There's actually no way we lose, right? Aren't they already cool with each other? So Luka and Jokic That's like free wins, bro. There's no way you lose that unless you get like Shea at the free throw line for like 50 free throws, like, which that could probably happen. Now that I think about it.
Luka and Giannis, that's potentially two of the three best players in the world on the same team. That's dynasty building stuff. And if that's the Lakers' plan, then maybe they don't want to commit big money to Reeves in 2026 because they want that flexibility for 2027. But here's the problem with that strategy. It's a huge gamble. First of all, there's no guarantee that any of those superstars actually hit free agency. Jokic might sign a supermax extension with Denver, and given the recent moves they made for him and how they built his most talented team to date around him, I don't see why you would leave Denver. Jokic already bypassed a 3-year, $212 million extension this summer because he can re-up with Denver for $293 million over the next 4 years next offseason. He's probably not leaving. Giannis has been in trade rumors, but if the Bucks start winning again,
Giannis, Knicks? Heck nah, bro. Knicks? Giannis, come over here to the Lakers, bro. Come over here to the Lakers, bro. We need you, bro. The Knicks are fine right now, bro. The Knicks are literally doing fine. Come over to the Lakers, bro. We need to get you over here and get Ayton out of here, bro. You know what? Giannis for Ayton and LeBron. You got that, bro.
Why would he leave Milwaukee? And even if one of those guys does hit the market, what makes the Lakers think that they'll choose LA over, say, Miami, New York, or Golden State? All of those teams are also positioning themselves for that 2027 class. This isn't just another free agency cycle. 2027 could be the biggest arms race in NBA history. So if you're banking everything on landing a superstar in 2027, and you let Austin Reeves walk in 2026 to preserve that cap space, and then you don't land anyone in 2027, you're left with Luka and basically nothing. And that's a terrible situation for a franchise. But here's something else to consider. What does Austin Reeves actually want? Because this isn't just about what the Lakers want or what makes sense financially. Reeves has some agency here, literally and figuratively. According to The Athletic, Reeves admitted after declining his extension that he thought that there was a good chance for like a week after I declined the extension and there was a possibility I'd get traded. I mean, it's still a possibility. But he also said, I want to be in LA. I want to play my whole career in LA. I love it here. I love the fans, love the weather, love the golf. And here's the thing about Reeves. He's not just saying that for the cameras. By all accounts, he genuinely loves being a Laker. He's a fan favorite. He's embraced the pressure of playing in LA. He's tight with LeBron. He's developed great chemistry with Luka. And he's become one of the faces of the franchise despite being undrafted. Dave McMenamin reported that Reeves and the Lakers are motivated to find a deal next summer. That suggests that both sides want to make this work. Reeves doesn't want to leave, and the Lakers don't want to lose him. The question is whether they can find a number that makes sense for both sides. Reeves himself addressed the contract situation, and he said, we're not going to search for a number that's out of the world. I want to be in LA. That's a pretty clear signal that he's willing to work with the Lakers on a deal that might be slightly below max market value if it means staying in purple and gold.
Bro,
So if Reeves is slightly that's a pretty clear signal that he's willing to work with the Lakers on a deal that might be slightly below max market value if it means staying in purple and gold. So if Reeves is willing to take, say, $32 million per year instead of the $40 million he might get on the open market, and if the Lakers are willing to go up to that number, maybe there's a deal to be made. But that still leaves the LeBron question hanging out there. And this is why these last two games from Reeves are so significant, because up until now, you could maybe talk yourself into the idea that Austin Reeves was a good third option, a nice complementary player, but not a guy you build around. You could say, yeah, he averaged 20 points last year, but let's see him do it when he's the guy. Well, guess what? He just showed you that he can do it when he's the guy. 51 points, 11 rebounds, and 9 assists against the Kings. 41 points against Portland. Through 3 games, he's averaging 34 points per game. These aren't empty stats on a tanking team. These are winning performances. The Lakers won the Kings game, and they needed every single one of those 51 points. Think about it this way. Jalen Brunson averaged 28.7 points per game last season for the Knicks and was second team All-NBA. If Austin Reeves can give you 25 points and 7 assists as a secondary creator next to Luka, is he not worth $30 to $35 $35 million, especially when you consider he's still improving. He's only 27 years old, and he's shown he can perform on the biggest stages? The answer is probably yes, which brings us back to the central question. Can the Lakers afford to pay Reeves and LeBron, or do they have to choose?
No, bro, let LeBron go. Bro, and as a LeBron fan, bro, that shouldn't even have to be said, bro. Let LeBron go? That's not even a sentence, bro. That should not be a sentence. But, like, bro, Austin Reeves is hooping, bro. LeBron is not hooping. He is benching right now. LeBron needs to... Now, if LeBron comes back and he start hooping, then maybe that's when you pay both of them. But if he not hooping like he's supposed to be hooping, then I think you got to let him go, bro. I'm not going to lie.
Well, what do I think is personally going to happen? Here's my prediction, and I want you to let me know in the comment section if you agree or disagree. I think the Lakers are going to let LeBron walk after this season and commit to paying Reeves, and here's why. First, the timeline just makes too much sense. Luka's 26, Reeves is 27. You're building around players who are entering their primes together and can grow together over the next 5 to 7 years. LeBron is 40 and is dealing with his first serious injury in years, and as much as it sucks to say, his best basketball's behind him. Second, the money just works better. If you're paying Reeves $32 million instead of LeBron's $50+ million, that's an extra $18 to $20 million you can use to build depth or add another impact player. In the new CBA environment where every dollar matters, that flexibility is huge. Third is that Reeves is
It's time for Lakers to trade LeBron James while they still can. Exactly.
proven he can do what Jalen Brunson did next to Luka in Dallas. He's shown that he can be that secondary creator, that 20 to 25 points per game guy who can run the offense when Luka sits. And here's the thing, Luka and Reeves' game complement each other really well. They can both handle, they can both pass, they can both score at all three levels, and that's a dangerous 1-2 punch. Fourth, and this might be the most important factor, the Lakers want that cap space for 2027. If they let LeBron walk and pay Reeves something in the 32 to 35 million range, they can still potentially have room to make a major splash in 2027 when guys like Giannis or potentially even other stars become available. Or at the very least, they can add solid rotation players without going deep into the luxury tax. Now, does this mean that LeBron's time with the Lakers is certainly over? Not necessarily. There's a world where LeBron James takes a massive pay cut, maybe something like $20 to $25 million per year to stay and finish his career in LA, while something like
Lakers urged to trade Austin Reeves for Luka Doncic's teammate. What? What is it?
$20 to $25 million per year to stay and finish his career in LA while giving the team flexibility. But I don't think that's likely. LeBron has been pretty clear throughout his career that he's going to take max money. And I personally think it's
Kevin Durant's decision mounts pressure on.
ridiculous, but whatever. There's also the scenario where Reeves takes less money than he could get on the open market to stay with the Lakers. He's already indicated that he's not going to search for a number that's out of this world, so maybe he agrees to something like $28 to $30 million per year instead of the $35 to $40 million he could potentially get from another team. If that happens, maybe the Lakers can find a way to bring LeBron back on a smaller deal too, but that really feels like wishful thinking. The cold hard reality is that the Lakers probably can't afford to pay both guys what they're worth on the open market. And if they have to choose between a 42-year-old LeBron and a 27-year-old Reeves, the smart basketball decision is Reeves. The smart business decision is Reeves. The decision that makes sense for Luka Doncic and the future of the franchise is Reeves. That doesn't make it easy. LeBron James is a legend. He brought the Lakers a championship in 2020, and he's still one of the best players in the league when healthy. But sometimes in the NBA, you have to make hard decisions. And this might be the hardest one that Rob Pelinka has to make during his tenure as GM. So let me know in the comment section down below, what do you guys think about all this? What do you think the Lakers should do? Aside from that, I don't know if you heard, but the NBA scandal keeps getting worse. I made a completely separate video.
This is crazy. I'm not gonna lie. Illegally betting on
this, I'm gonna leave it in the end screen. I'll meet you guys there. I'm your boy Mike, and I'm dropping our mic until our next upload.
W video. Oh nah. Hey bro, I think you forgot to edit the last part of the video game. All right. W video.